buddy of ours. First of all, he's one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. Second of all, he's one of the funniest human beings I've ever met. Get ready, you are about to laugh. We have elected Royce our official aerobics instructor of the Gatlin Brothers Theater. Would you please welcome our little round buddy, Mr. Royce Elliott. Come out here, Royce. You look like a dad-burned penguin.
Hey, great to be here. I love working with the Gatlins. Larry's such a good-hearted guy. I was kind of down on my luck a few years ago, walked along in the rain in Nashville. My shoe sole was flopping. Water was gushing my shoe, and Larry pulled up in a stretch limo. Said, come over here, Royce, I'm going to help you out. Whipped out a roll of $100 bills that big with a rubber band around it. Took the rubber band off, said, here, put this around your shoe. So I just got back from Vegas. I think they're going to have me back next winter. I heard the guy say it'd be a cold day when we have him back, so. Didn't have much luck gambling. I bet on a horse at 20 to 1. He came in at a quarter to 4. Didn't get any sleep. The last night I was there, this woman kept pounding on my door all night. Finally, about 4 in the morning, I got up and let her out. Lady of the evening stopped me, said, I'll do anything you want for $200. I said, paint my house. I was telling Polish jokes in this bar, and a big Polish guy whipped out a razor on me. Just glad he couldn't find a place to plug it in. So a little Japanese guy tended the bar, and the guy said, how about some stolies? He said, okay, once upon a time. Little Jewish woman was strolling down the street. A guy whipped his trench coat open and flashed her. She said, you call that a lining? A Jewish lady friend of mine lost her husband a couple years ago. A friend of the family said, you ought to put the obituary in. It's only $5 a word. She called the paper. She said, put in Stein died. The clerk said, there's a 5-word minimum. She said, well, make it Stein died Cadillac for sale. They're a little concerned about their crime rate in Vegas. The other night, 3 gay guys rolled an old lady, and 2 of them held her down, the other one fixed her hair. I went down the street to a place called the Gay 90s. All the men were gay and all the women were 90. I looked up the bar. There were 2 guys holding hands. I noticed in the back there were 2 girls with their arms around each other. Finally, I turned to the guy I was dancing with. I said, what kind of joint is this? So a cop pulled a guy over, said, I just spotted you putting your seatbelt on when you saw me get out of the car. You're getting a ticket. You didn't have it on. Guy said, I had it on all the time. He said, no, you didn't. I just saw you put it on just now. You're getting a ticket. Guy said, I tell you, I had it on all the time. He said, no, you didn't. I saw you put it on. You're getting a ticket. Guy's wife jumped in and said, I learned a long time ago, officer, I never argue with my husband when he's drunk. Same cop pulled a guy over, said, your wife fell out of the car 4 blocks ago, Mac. He said, thank God, I thought I went deaf. Another cop pulled a guy over, said, you coasted through that stop sign, buddy. I'm going to have to give you a ticket. You didn't come to a complete stop. Guys, what's the difference? I slowed down. There's nobody around. Slow down and stop. What's the difference? Cop said, you want me to show you the difference between slow down and stop? Started beating the guy in the head with his nightstick. He said, now you want me to slow down or you want me to stop? My manager, Trev, he's a great guy. He's a little slow sometimes. We're standing on the corner in Vegas, and a pigeon made a deposit on his head. I said, I'll get some tissue. I'll be right back. He said, forget it. That pigeon will be 5 miles from here. I was talking to him last week. I said, how you doing, Billy? He said, not too good. I had to shoot my dog. I said, was he mad? He said he wasn't real happy about it. Hate to ride with him. He thinks he's A.J. Foyt. We're going on a country road one night. It was overcast. We couldn't see. This woman was blocking the road. Billy laid on the horn. She poked her head out the window and said, pig. Pig? Billy said, oh yeah? He said, well, you're a cow. A big fat cow, and he whipped around the pasture and ran into a pig. I went to school with Billy. He was in 8th grade for 2 terms, Truman and Eisenhower. He thought a Dairy Queen was a milkman with high heels. We're in English class. The teacher said, you know Edgar Allan Poe's Raven? He said, no, what's he mad about? Brought his report card home with 4 F's and a D, and his dad said, you're spending too much time on one subject. Billy was a great athlete in school. One day the professor called the coach in. He says, Billy's not going to be eligible for the big game this week. He's been caught cheating on the exams. Coach said he wouldn't do that. He's a hard-working boy. I know the family. Besides that, he's our best player, and we need him bad. Professor said, I'll tell you what, he's sitting next to the smartest kid in the class. Look at the first 6 answers are exactly the same. Look at answer number 7. Smartest kid in the class wrote, I don't know the answer, and Billy put me neither. I'll never forget the first day he went out for football. The coach said, what position you want to try out for, Billy? And he said, quarterback. The coach said, can you pass this ball? He said, I'm not even sure I can swallow it. He was one of the first guys to wear brown and white shoes in college, and then he lost the brown one. Said he'd never go ice fishing again. It took him 8 hours to cut a hole big enough for the boat. He got beat up the first time he went hitchhiking. He was using the wrong finger. Billy was telling me about his most frightening moment one day. He said, I'll tell you the scaredest I ever got. We're out hunting and this bear stepped right in front of me, went roar. He said, I had a bowel movement. I said, I guess I would too if a bear screamed at me. He said, no, I meant just now when I went roar. Billy and his cousin were ice fishing last winter. It was dark. They couldn't see. They're chipping away at the ice. A voice moving out of the darkness said, there's no fish under there, and they're looking around. Chipping away again. The voice, there's no fish under there, and they're looking all over again. Chipping away at the ice. The voice, there's no fish under there. Finally, Billy said to his cousin, he said, you don't think that's God, do you? He said, I don't know. They're chipping away at the ice. The voice said, there's no fish under there. Billy said, is that you, God? He said, no, I'm the manager and the rink is closed. Him and his cousin shot a deer last year. They're dragging him through the woods by the hind legs. The antlers are getting all tangled up in the brush. They're sweating, struggling. The guy come by and said, why don't you drag him to the other end? You won't get all tangled up like that. It'd be a lot easier. They started dragging a deer from the other end. Billy said, boy, this is a lot easier. His cousin said, yeah, we keep getting farther away from the truck. Billy was roaring down the highway one day and a pig jumped out of a livestock truck. He chased him down, threw him in a car, and flagged a cop down. He said, what should I do with the pig? Cop said, take him to the zoo. Next day, the same cop saw Billy roaring down the road. The pig's in the front seat with a ball hat on looking around. Cop pulled him over and said, I thought I told you to take that pig to the zoo. He said, did we had so much fun today, we're going to Disneyland. Billy worked his way through school as an apprentice plumber. He went to do some work for this old lady one day. She said, I'm going to go downtown, do a little shopping. Go ahead and do the work, but I got a couple of instructions for you. Don't pet the Doberman because he's mean, and don't talk to the parrot because he's a troublemaker. Billy's under that sink cranking the wrench, the sweat's rolling off of him, the dog's watching him, waiting for him to make a move. And the parrot keeps saying, hi there. Hi there. The wrench slipped, he banged his knuckles, the parrot said, hi there. Pretty soon he broke the pipe, it hit him in the head, the water drawn, the parrot said, hi there. He said, why, you goofy looking thing, that's not to say anything besides hi there? He said, yeah, sick 'em. You can't take Billy any place. You never know what he's going to say. He's kind of a loose cannon, you know. We were down in Branson a couple years ago. I was working with the late, great Conway Twitty, and we were in a Walmart one day, and this woman came in and made me look like a jockey. Real sweetheart, had the stretch pants and the Reeboks on. She yelled at Billy. She said, get out of my way. And Billy said, where would I go? And we were behind her in the checkout lane. Her beeper went off, and Billy said, look out, Royce, she's backing up. It's been kind of a tough week. My wife just took out a home improvement loan, gave me the money, and told me to move. She's a great cook. She thinks the smoke alarm's a timer. Such a rotten cook, our roaches are anorexic. At our house, we pray after we eat. Been hassling with the kids all week. You can't raise your hand to your kids anymore. It leaves your groin unprotected. Told my kid about the birds and the bees. He told me about my wife and the butcher. My mother-in-law's been with us all week. She's tougher than a night in jail. Got 3 teeth and got one of those when she joined the Elks. Halloween, we put a candle in her head and make her look out the window. She fell off a horse and broke her leg, and the horse shot her. She was shaving her legs, and the weed eater ran out of gas. Got so much hair on her arms, looked like she's got Don King in a headlock. She's so ugly when she lays on the beach, the tide won't even come in. Shouldn't make fun of her, though. She's attached to a machine that's keeping her alive, the refrigerator. I just took my physical. A doctor told me if I was an inch taller, I'd be round. Said I must be on the level. I got a bubble in the middle. Said I was so fat, my blood type came back ragu. I asked him about a vasectomy. He said, with your face, I wouldn't worry about it. I said, Doc, my leg's killing me. He said, take all your clothes off and stand by that window and stick your tongue out. I said, I'm here because my leg hurts. He said, no, but I'm mad at my neighbor. He had a midget in his office a couple weeks ago. The midget said, Doc, you gotta help me. I get this terrible binding pain in the groin area when it rains. Like today it's raining, it's killing me, a binding pain right in the groin. Doc said, only when it rains. The midget said, only when it rains. Doctor told the midget, he said, get up on that table, I'll give you a sedative, we'll figure this thing out. Doc shook the midget 10 minutes later. He said, get up and walk around, see how you feel. He said, gee, I feel great. There's no pain at all. He said, what'd you do? He said, I cut 3 inches off the top of your galoshes. I used to work a lot of military base when I first started this business. 25 years ago, I was at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. They had a great guy in charge of the motor pool, a corporal. One day, Colonel Brown called down and said, send a Jeep to my quarters right away. He said, we ain't got no Jeeps down here except for fat boy Colonel Brown's. Colonel Brown said, what'd you say? He said, I said we ain't got no Jeeps down here except for fat boy Colonel Brown's. Colonel Brown said, you know who you're talking to? And he said, no, who is it? He says, this is Colonel Brown. He said, know who you're talking to? And he says, no. And he said, so long, fat boy. 98-year-old guy is sitting on a park bench crying his eyes out. A guy come by and says, "What's the matter, old timer?" He says, "Well, my wife passed on a couple years ago. I married this gorgeous 23-year-old blonde. She's a marvelous cook, a wonderful housekeeper. We make love 5 times a week." The guy said, "What are you crying about?" He said, "I forgot where I live." 75-year-old woman took her physical. The doctor said, "It's a miracle you're going to have a baby." She said, "Let me use that telephone." Called her 85-year-old husband and said, "Yo, goat, you know what you did? You got me pregnant." He said, "Who is this?" I was laying in bed with his wife about midnight. The phone rang. He said, "Now, how would I know that, buddy? That's 2,000 miles from here." Slammed the phone down. His wife said, "Who is that?" He said, "Some bozo wanting to know if the coast was clear." Guy was sitting at the bar. He said, "Well, today's my birthday. I think I'll treat myself to a little birthday drink." The guy next to him said, "That's amazing. Today's my birthday." He said, "How old are you?" He said, 36. He said, "Come on." He said, "I'm 36. He said, "Where are you from?" He says, "Pittsburgh." He said, "This is unbelievable. That's where I'm from." He said, "Where'd you go to school?" He said, "Pittsburgh Catholic." He said, "I can't believe it. It's where I went to school." Phone rang. The owner asked the bartender, "Got any business down there?" He said, "Nah, just the drunken O'Brien twins are in here again." Real arrogant lion had a real ego problem. He was prancing around the jungle one day, bugging all the other animals. He come up to the monkey and said, "Who's the king of the jungle?" Monkey said, "You are, Mr. Lion. Everybody knows that." He said, "You got it right, ugly. Don't forget it." Pranced on down to the zebra. "Who's the king of the jungle?" Zebra, "Everybody knows you are, Mr. Lion. Nobody mess with you." He said, "You got it right, Stripes." He's bugging everybody. Finally come up to this gorilla. He said, "Who's the king of the jungle?" The gorilla didn't say anything, just grabbed him by the tail, banged him off about 8 trees. Threw him into a ditch, and the lion looked up. He's, "Just because you don't know the answer, you have to get mad about it." My rich aunt was looking out the window one day thinking about having entertainment for her bridge club. Saw her assistant gardener doing backflips all the way across the lawn. Said, "Gee, that guy's a heck of an acrobat." Well, the head gardener said, "Say, you think I could get that guy to do his acrobatic act for my girl Saturday?" He said, "I don't know, I'll check with him." He said, "Hey, Fred, you think you can take another rap in the groin with the rake?" Two guys applied for a job at the new auto plant. The first guy went through, and the personnel director says, "What's your work background?" He said, "I've been a diesel fitter for about 15 years. He said, "It's excellent. You start tomorrow at $14 an hour. Get your physical. I'll see you in the morning." His buddy came through. He'd dumber than a post. Okay, so what's your work background? He said, "Well, I worked in this here pantyhose factory about 15 years, buddy. Never missed a day." Guy said, "A pantyhose factory?" He said, "We don't have anything for that kind of background. We'll give you a shot in janitorial, $5 an hour. That's it." The guy said, "Wait a minute. It's not right. My buddy started at $14 an hour, worked side by side in his pantyhose factory for 15 years. Okay, so what are you talking about? He said he was a diesel fitter. Said he was. We work on this conveyor belt. The pantyhose come down the line. I hold them up the light, see if they got any runs in them. I hand them to him, and he pulls them over his head and said, "Diesel fitter, diesel fitter." Jealous maniac came home to his high-rise apartment, found his wife in her negligee, her hair's torn up. He's, "All right, where's he at? I'm going to kill him." Tore the closet door off. He's looking under the bed. Finally, he ran to the window. He saw a guy making it for his car. He said, "Well, you dirty, rotten fink, you, I'll fix you." And he threw the refrigerator through the window. Got his sleeve hung up on the door handle, pulled him through, nailed the guy down below, and it killed them both. Next scene, they're trying to get in the gate. St. Pete said, "What happened?" Guy's little hanky pank going on. I tried to nail a guy in my refrigerator. I got hung up in it. The guy said, I don't know what the heck happened. I just go in the car and the lights went out. There's a third guy there. He said, what are you doing here? He said, I don't know. I was just sitting in this refrigerator. It's been a great crowd. Seems like I always draw a bigger crowd when the Gatlin's open for me like this. But I've been fortunate the last 8 or 10 years to work with some great artists like the Gatlin brothers and Barbara Mandrell and Randy Travis and Vince Gill and the late great Conway Twitty. Just signed a contract with HBO. I think I got a pretty good package. It's only going to cost me $40 a month. But you've been a great crowd, and I got to say the biggest thrill I get out of this whole business around the country trying to make people laugh is the opportunity to work in front of decent people like yourself that don't need to hear obscenities and laugh, and I appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Royce Elliott. Royce Elliott has performed with some of the top stars in the entertainment business, including the late great Conway Twitty, Barbara Mandrell, Randy Travis, Lou Rawls, George Jones, and a host of others. He appears nationally at the MGM Grand and Bally's in Las Vegas, the Gatlin Brothers Theater in Myrtle Beach, Harrah's in Lake Tahoe, and Atlantic City, as well as many of the top theater venues in the United States and Canada. Because of his clean comedy, he's a very popular humorist on the corporate circuit. Among his clients are McDonald's, AT&T, Labatt's Brewery in Canada, Budweiser, and Caterpillar. His video, taped live at the Gatlin Brothers Theater, is available for $21.95. Audio and joke book available for $11.95 each, and all prices include postage and handling.
To order, send check or money order to Royce, P.O. Box 34, Peoria, Illinois 61601. Or for MasterCard or Visa purchases, call 309-698-8047. That's 309-698-8047. Please allow 2 to 4 weeks for delivery.